what? She's not on the room. Is she alone? Alone in the room. Wonderful. What did I say? Do you remember? What's the meaning of Madhura Kadamini? You said. What did I say about the meaning of Madhura Kadamini? What did I say about the meaning of Madhura Kadamini? Where are the other devotees? Where are the other devotees? Bring them. Traz eles à força, chamando eles. Falou. You have Kanchana Prabhananda? Kanchana Prabhananda? Remember? Kanchana Prabhananda. I said. Some things I cannot listen. Yeah.
But we understand your English. But we understand nicely your English without accent. What she doesn't understand, she can ask Radhakanta. What she doesn't understand, she asks him, Hindi speaking.
She is translating perfectly. If anybody knows, those who know the Hindi should be recorded. You don't know Hindi. So how you know she is doing the perfect?
Damodar Prabhu said she's okay.
Huh?
Damodar Prabhu, he was listening. He said it's okay, like 80%.
मुझे सुनना पड़ेगा हाँ
So I should not do? I should not do that. I shouldn't do that.
You can, if your partner is should be listening someone who knows the thing.
Okay.
You are doing the perfect way now. So one who knows the Hindi. She doesn't know Hindi. Because he is saying that means this is not the perfect.
You can listen when I'm here. Could you listen to me? Okay, Gurudev, what started nice. Then the translator, and like he's saying, yes, yes, that started. Yeah, I remember it started a little bit. It's nice. It's then the judge called some translator, but
Yeah, just call the translator. So what is it? Then police thinking, okay, yes or no.
yeah.
Then judge told him, I will give you heavy punishment. Yes.
Okay.
He does not know that. He is saying, translator is saying, okay, if you cut JJ, then I got to you. No? So yes, no, yes, no.
Yeah.
Huh?
For some days in Faridabad, morning time, we're talking about the Madhurya Kadamini. What's the meaning of Madhurya? Madhurya and Audarya. I was talking about this. What is Audarya and Madhurya? If I speak and listen to me, you can listen if I'm speaking, right? Yes? So in Krishna, Madhurya is prominent and Audarya is secondary. But Mahaprabhu is Audarya, generosity is prominent and Madhurya is secondary. And in Krishna is backwards. Madhurya is prominent and Audarya is secondary. This is the thing. The manifestance of Krishna, this manifestance in the prema of Krishna, magnanimity of the prema of Krishna, is limited by boundaries of Vrindavan. Krishna only gave the prema inside Vrindavan. Krishna gave the prema, but only inside Vrindavan. He did not give the prema outside Vrindavan. And the prema that he gave in Vrindavan, he gave it to his own parikaras. He did not give the prema to common conditioned souls. Krishna would deliver these conditioned souls and then they give the prema. For example, the Putana. Like in this shloka explains. Bhagavan gave prema, this rare prema to Putana. And Krishna gave her a place in Goloka as maid servant of Mother Jashoda. Paricharika means servant of Mother Jashoda. So she came to Vrindavan. And after she came into Vrindavan, please sit closer. This is the Katha of Mahaprabhu. So Putana, what Krishna did he do with Putana? He gave prem to her. Which prem he gave? Of Golok. And also gave her a position of being servant of Mother Jashoda. That's why this book says Sharanam Brajema. In Braj, who does want to take shelter of Krishna Braj? Putana came to Braj disguised as a mother. And what did Krishna do? He destroyed her demon body and her material body. I'm sorry, destroyed her demon body and made her a servant of Mother Jashoda. Gave her this position in Golok. This is the speciality of the magnanimity of Krishna, Udharata. Udharata means, magnanimity means, although you're not qualified, that person makes you qualified and then gives you the highest thing. This is the meaning of Udhar, means magnanimity or generosity. There are many definitions of Udhar, magnanimity. Although you're not qualified, or if qualified or not, he makes you qualified and gives you the best position, best thing. This is the Udharata. So we see this, that Krishna has also this Udarata, magnanimity. This Lila of Putana shows this. Putana did not do any sadhana bhajan. How was she? She was a Rakshasi. And Balaghartani should kill the small babies and kill and drink their blood. So her body was very disgusting, and bad smell would come from her body. But still, God destroyed her this smelly body, destroyed her smelly body, and gave her a divya aprakta sharir, meaning transcendental and divine body, as a maid servant of Mother Jashoda in Golok. Krishna did this to Putana. Sujog. Sujog means suyog. Oh, so she had also the opportunity to serve Krishna in Golok. So this is also the magnanimity of Krishna. And in Prakatli, the manifested pastimes of Krishna, that Krishna gave the prema to the trees and creepers, etc. But all these trees and creepers of Vrindavana, they are already Nitya Parikara, eternal associates of Krishna. They came from transcendental world and manifested here in this world. The trees and creepers of Vrindavan, or all the living entities of Vrindavan, the Gopa and Gopis, all they came from where? Come from Nitya Goloka Vrindavana, eternal Vrindavan in transcendental world. And they came and did the Krishna, Leela with Krishna here, and then Krishna gave the prem to them, which are their own associates. So these trees and creepers and living ends of Vrindavan, they are nourished by this divine love of Krishna. How did Krishna, with his sidelong glance, with his beautiful form of gop, how did they give the prem, right? When he comes to Vrindavan, the trees and creepers, Krishna would tell them start dancing, then they would automatically start dancing. Krishna would tell them, "Oh trees, my Pran Pratama Shrimati Radhika is coming. So you should welcome to Shrimati Radhika." Then saying this, all the creepers of Vrindavan and all the branches of the creepers will bow down, giving the welcome to Shrimati Radhika. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says this. The creepers and Taru means trees, and Lata means the creepers. All these trees and creepers of Vrindavan are not common. All they are not associates Nitya Parikara of Krishna. Like this sloka also explains, Jat Kinchit. These creepers and trees, they're all Sachidananda Vigraha, made of knowledge, bliss, and eternity. And they're there for the Krishna, to serve Krishna, and Krishna bring them to material world. And they do it according to Krishna's desires. They do everything according to Krishna's desires. When if he said long glance, Krishna gave so much prem to them as well. He would touch the trees and the creepers. Krishna would touch them by touch of the lotus feet of Krishna. Prema udreg. Then Krishna would stimulate the prema in them, like this. When he touched them with his lotus hands. When they had the Krishna darshan, seeing Krishna. In this way we say that Krishna also gave the prema in these things. But he did not give the prema to ordinary jivas. He gave to his own Nita Parikaras, eternal associates. Like if you're making a festival in a house, who you will call for your festival? Your own family you will call. You don't call outsiders. But Mahaprabhu, what did he do? He gave to people of Vrindavan and outside Vrindavan as well. He gave to his own parikaras and also the other people. Even other people. Mahaprabhu gave prem to everyone without any discrimination. But Krishna did discrimination. These are my own parikaras. And not outside Vrindavan, Krishna gave the prem. First should be inside Vrindavan and his own parikaras. Krishna did this. He distributed only to the people inside Vrindavan and his own parikaras. But Mahaprabhu, how did he distribute the prem? He gave to his own parikaras, yes, of course, in Vrindavan, but also outside. People who would be outside Braj as well. Mahaprabhu gave indiscriminately the highest prem. This is the speciality of Mahaprabhu. That's why Krishna is called. Krishna has Audarjata, means magnanimity, but like for example, through the death of Putana, he manifested this Audarjata, means generosity. But his Madhurjata, means his sweetness, is most prominent, and his Audarjata is secondary. But Mahaprabhu, what happens with Mahaprabhu? His Audarjata is more prominent. Sweet for what? Giving the sweet. Giving the sweet. So he's, for example, if you're distributing the sweet, for example, first you give to your
family, parivar or
Mahaprabhu. The parikaras of Mahaprabhu, they already belong to him. So I'll give later to you. First I'll give to others. This is what Mahaprabhu is showing. Krishna, he said, no, first I have to give my own parikaras, associates. And then give to the guests, to the other people from outside. But Mahaprabhu said, no, first I'll give to other people. Because Mahaprabhu says, you're already my parikar, so you wait. First I give it to people outside. So this is Mahaprabhu showing. He gives to everyone. Maybe you say in this world somebody is giving sweets. Oh no, but the sweets finished. I cannot give to my family because I already finished the sweets I gave to other people. And everything finished. But in Chit Jagat, Transcendental world, there's not this word lackage. There's not lackage. Nothing is lacking there. Never finish. Abhav, lacking. There's no lacking there. There's bhav. But because lacking means abhav, means something is not there. Lackage. No? But so there is not abhav. There's only bhav. Means the sentiment, love. No? But in this world. But in this world, there is only abhav, not bhav. Means everything is lacking here, and there is not the bhav, the sentiment, because bhav actually only exists in transcendental world. This sentiment, no? You understand what I'm saying? In the transcendental world, Chit Jagat, there is not this word abhav, means like lack or something. But there's only bhav there. But here in this world, there's no bhav, only a bhav. Like everything's like, and there's not the sentiment, not the bhav.
सूर्य की किरण कण साधक के हृदय में संधिनी के ऊपर संबित और लादनी
So on the platform of Sandhini, then the Sambhita and Ladini Shakti comes, then the heart melts. Then this ray of the Brajabasi's bhav reflecting one person's heart, then this will be the bhav. The abhav means leakage. Abhav, leakage. So the bhav is something from transcendental world, something transcendental. And in this world, everything's abhav, means lacking. Everything's lacking, like scarcity. Scarcity. In this world, everything is above, has a scarcity of things here. Here, there's above or not? You can see. Because this world is limited, so everything can finish, scarcity. But the transcendental world is infinite and without limits. So there's not this word above, there's not lackage of anything there. Scarcity of nothing. There's not a scarcity of anything there. For example, you're rich. Also, even if you're rich, there's a limit to your wealth. 1 billion or 1 trillion of money, but example. But in the transcendental world, there's nothing lacking. So Mahaprabhu gave the prema because there is an unlimited world. So Mahaprabhu gave inside Vrindavan the prema and outside Vrindavan as well. You can see the little of Mahaprabhu in Navadvipa. When he gave prema in Navadvipa or Vrindavana, it was just for some time, because most of the times Mahaprabhu gave the prema outside Navadvipa and Vrindavan. When Mahaprabhu was in Navadvipa, actually Mahaprabhu just stayed 1 month or 2 months in Vrindavan. When he was there, he gave the prem to the creepers and trees of Vrindavana, etc. So the cows, Mahaprabhu would embrace the cows. Also the peacocks would come and he would feed the peacocks. Also Mahaprabhu would embrace the cows. So he gave the prem, Mahaprabhu gave the prem for some time in Vrindavan, but mostly when Mahaprabhu was traveling in South India, he gave the prem to everyone. Only having the darshan of Mahaprabhu, people get the prem. Because if you have the Bhagavad darshan, there's also prem. In this world, we don't know how much prem arises when you have darshan of Krishna. So it says that Krishna is what? Madhurya Pradhan. Audarya means Madhurya prominent, and Audarya magnanimity secondary. But in Krishna, in Mahaprabhu, how is it? Audarya Pradhan, Audarya prominent, Madhurya secondary. So this magnanimity. Mahaprabhu okay, no, sorry. So there's so much Madhurya sweetness coming from the darshan of Bhagavan that he gives also 7 things when he gives the darshan. We can compare this to Krishna and Mahaprabhu. Krishna gives 7 bhavas to the person who gives the darshan. According to the mood of the devotee, Krishna manifests in that way and gives the sentiment to him. Krishna gives these 7 things. First is Saundarja. The devotees to have the darshan of God, they are so much eager to have darshan of God. For example, Narada Rishi, right? He told that he would chant the mantra, and then in his heart he became so much eager to have the darshan of Krishna. So once Bhagavan, like a lightning, he give, very, like a lightning, means very small time. Like, like a flash. For like a flash, not even 1 second, Bhagavan gave me darshan. Narada Rishi said. So Swayam Bhagavan Narayana, with 4 arms and Shankha Chakra, gave darshan to Narada Rishi. So the beauty of Bhagavan is so much he's so much beautiful. When Narada Rishi saw him, he fainted. But Brajananda Shamasundar has thousands and billions, millions more pretty than Narayana. Ramachandra is more pretty than Narayana. Dwarkadish Krishna is more pretty than Ramayana. Mathuradish Krishna is more pretty than Dwarkadish, and Brajananda Shamasundar is more pretty than Mathuradish Krishna. So this vigrahas of Krishna is Sakya Vatsalya Madhurya. Tatamba Karenge, compare? So if you compare the form of Krishna with the Sakas, for example, the form of Krishna with Mother Jashoda is more pretty, more beautiful than his form with the Sakas. More beautiful, no? More beautiful. And then when Krishna is with the gopis, his beauty with the gopis. If you compare Krishna with Mother Jashoda, like Gopal, and Krishna with the gopis, Krishna is more beautiful has more beautiful form with the gopis. And also when Krishna is with the gopis also, with Chandravali, for example, when Krishna is with Chandravali, his beauty. If you compare the beauty when Krishna is with Radharani, he's much more beautiful when he is with Radharani. When he's near Radharani, Bikharjat,
Spread.
his beauty. His beauty. So his beauty comes out or manifests in 4 directions. So beautiful. So when he is with Radhaji, he manifests so much madhuryata. Tomindira. This sloka of Rupa Goswami. So in the Rasa Stali, Krishna is with all the gopis, yes. Chandravali also Krishna is in the Rasa Stali. When Krishna is with Radhaji in the Rasa Stali, who can explain his beautiful form and sweetness? So in this Rasa Stali, when Krishna is in the left, he is with his left hand in the arm, in the shoulder of Radharani. Then he's attracting everyone. If he's sidelong lens, playing the flute, who can describe his form? Even the Lakshmis of the infinite Vaikuntha Lokas, they're defeated by this beauty. All the ladies, not speaking about this world, but not even the ladies of Swarga also, what to speak of them? Their beauty is nothing compared. The ladies of Swarga Loka, lotus, their fragrance like the lotus, the ladies of Swarga Loka, they smell like lotus. And if you compare, like for example, the beauty of the Lakshmis, who can explain this nice smell that emanates from Lakshmi body? And beyond that, the beauty of Sitaji and her body fragrance. One is even more beautiful and amazing than the other one, you know? So the sweetness of Rup, the sweetness of form of Sitaji is even more beautiful than of the Lakshmi. All the Lakshmis, they worship and praise the lotus feet of Sitaji. She has such a beautiful form, Sita Devi. But who can defeat the beauty of Sita Devi, Rukmini Santabhama? Rukmini, Satyabhama, they're so beautiful, so pretty. Their body is so fragrant, And beyond that, Radha and the gopis, the beauty and sweetness of their form, all the queens they are defeated by the Radha and the gopis. So what I mean is when Krishna, he's in the Rasa Thali with Radhaji, when he's in the Rasa Thali with Radhaji, he puts his left hand in Radharani's, no, if his left hand, Krishna, he's put in the left shoulder of Radhaji. In the left shoulder of Radhaji, Krishna is his left hand. Krishna, Radharani, have you seen that? Radhaji stays in the left side of Krishna. So if the left side of Krishna, left arm, Krishna is dain shoulder. Krishna is hanging his hand on the right shoulder of Radhaji. So at that moment, the beauty of Radhaji, she defeats the beauty of all other ladies in all existence. This sloka says this. Oh, Radhe, when you give me the darshan of this form of yours, this is the prayer. At this moment, so when Krishna manifests his beauty and sweetness of form according to the devotee. According to the devotee, Krishna manifests his form accordingly. About this explains. It is explained. That moment, after having seen such a beautiful form of Bhagavan, that person was for so much time eager for having the darshan of God. Like Narada Rishi was for so many, he said infinite days, means so many days, waiting and greedy to have the darshan of God. Seeing this greedy of the devotee to have his darshan, Swayam Bhagavan, what does he do? He manifests his beautiful form to the devotee, like a devotee of Dasaras, and Bhagavan manifests to this devotee like in his Narayana form. If it's a devotee from Vatsalya Bhav, Krishna, he manifests his form as Bal Gopal to the devotee. If a devotee from Sakaras, Swayam Bhagavan, will manifest his form like a Gopal, how he agrees with the friends. He manifests this form. Understand? He's using very beautiful pitambar. He just put one cloth around his waist. Understand? What does he do? He takes one stick to, herd the cows. He's put also one thread, a rope around his neck. Some rope, because some cows sometimes they deviate, and then he needs to bind the cows for some reason. Actually, in this transcendental world, there's not actually in transcendental world, there's not this bandhan word means bondage. There's no need to bind the cows with the rope, but because of Nara Lila Kebati, because of doing pastimes as human beings. They have this lila of binding the cows with rope. In this world, generally bandhan means bondage gives unhappiness, like we're bonded by Maya, but there are some, yes. Which bandhan in this world gives happiness? Tell me. Turban of the king. Turbans of the king. When the king puts one ornament in his head, this is called Shirobandhan also, like bondage of the head or something. This when the king put the crown on his head, This one kind of, or pakri means one turban also. This one kind of like bondage, something binding you. But this ornament of the head of king attracts the mind of everyone. Without the crown, if the king is seated without the crown, he's not so beautiful and doesn't attract the heart of everyone. But when the king puts his but when the king puts his crown, he attracts everyone. So the turban of the king is also called mastak bandhan, means one bondage in the head. The turban, This also gives bliss and also makes him beautiful. And Rupa Goswami says the ladies, they also have this bandhan in the chest, the bra or anything like that. It's like the bandhan of the chest, the bondage of the chest of the ladies, and this makes them more beautiful. So some bondage in this world give unhappiness, and some bondage they give happiness, and also attracts the heart of everyone. In this material world, we see the bondage. Like the police comes and he binds your leg or your hands with handcuffs, for example, or with one rope. The police binds your hand. This will give unhappiness to you or not? Yeah, it will give unhappiness. So the bondage in this world generally they give unhappiness, but some give happiness. You understand what I'm saying? Some are given unhappiness, some happiness. But in the transcendent world, there's not the unhappiness word. There's not this word unhappiness. Everything gives happiness only and bliss, because there is Ananda Maidam, full of bliss. So Krishna says this word bandhan, bondage. That's what I'm saying. When Krishna going for cow grazing, and when he's coming back from cow grazing, at the time, that form that Krishna gives the darshan to the devotees of Sakaras. How is this form of Krishna? He wears a turban, Krishna, because the cow graze, the boys that how do you say fakir? Como é que fala mesmo? Esqueci. The cowherds. They don't put the nice turban. They just put the turban they take the cloth and put any very like. Anyway, they just bind the turban. So also the cloth he's wearing, he thinks, like in this world, when you put some ornaments, we become more beautiful in this world. If a lady uses ornaments, huh? You cannot recognize. You cannot recognize because she's so many ornaments. Like when you in the time of marriage, you cannot recognize the lady. Who is she? Because she's so much ornaments and decorated. You become so beautiful, ornamented in time of the marriage. Then the husband will think, "Wow, did I marry? Who is this lady? Did I marry another person? What is it?" When he sees her coming. Did I marry like maybe her sister or something, because I cannot recognize. Whom did I marry to? Because he'll be bewildered, he'll not recognize. And also the lady, she's wearing the veil on her head. Cheating. Oh, village. What could I do against her? The people. Yeah, some people of village, and people of the village, they are afraid sometimes that the person, the time of the marriage can be another person and marrying, but before they show one person in the marriage, another person. Do you understand? So in this world, the ornaments make her more beautiful, but in transcendental world, the alankar things is ornamented by Krishna. No, the Krishna. Krishna gives beauty to the ornaments. Huh? Krishna's beauty gives beauty to the ornaments. Krishna gives the beauty to the ornaments. Yes. What is the word in Hindi? The, like they don't put the very nice turbans, you know.
Not carry properly.
They not care the, like, you know, the gancha may be clean or not. They clean the gamcha or not clean. They just take, and still he's so beautiful. This is the word in Hindi, Allah or something. Like, for example, you're putting the kurta, there's not pressed, completely wrinkled.
बल पड़ा रहता है ना कपड़ा में. Wrinkles.
The clothes not ironed, you know. Understand? But if Ashwara opulence should be very nice, ironed, and you know. But they can't hurt people. No. Krishna is not using any cloth actually in his body. Only a pintambar on his shoulder. He's like a cowherd, right? Still, how Krishna is so pretty in the sakaras. And when Krishna is with the gopis, he's so beautiful. Krishna doesn't, with the gopis, he also doesn't wear any cloth. He puts these garlands of forest garlands, of forest flowers. We see so beautiful. Thakurji in the temple using very beautiful cloth. How much cost these clothes are and how many ornaments. In Vrindavana, there's nothing like this. Krishna only with like naked here, only pitamba down, you know. So beautiful his form. This manifests also his beauty like that. Even without the cloth, Krishna is so beautiful because his spontaneous beauty he has. His form is so beautiful. To have the darshan of him, even the avatars, they are so much amazed with the beauty of the Krishna, and these avatars also are eager to have the darshan of Krishna. He's so pretty. We cannot even think about it. When we put some cloth and some ornament, we become beautiful. But Krishna doesn't need any alankar, any ornaments. His form is so beautiful. Although he used the alankar, the ornaments, pacify, Krishna is pacifying the ornaments. Because everything that's in the world is transcendental. For example, Krishna uses earrings. If Krishna doesn't use the earrings will be unhappy. Oh, I cannot serve Krishna. That's why Krishna used the earrings in his ears. Without the earrings, Krishna is even more beautiful. Or Bina, more beautiful. More beautiful without the earrings. We cannot describe exactly how is the beauty of Krishna. So I'm telling, according to the devotee, according to the sentiment of the devotee, the Krishna will manifest in that way to the devotee, like give the different darshan, depending if the devotee is from Dasaras, Vatsalaras, Madhuraras. So different devotees, they have different bhavas. Seeing the devotee of the Dasaras devotees, they have Hrit Kampan. They have this awe and reverence to God. They do Dandavat pranams, oh Bhagavan. In a humble way they say, Prabhu, I'm not qualified to have your darshan. I didn't do any bhajan in my life. I didn't do any renunciation. I'm an enjoyer. I enjoy so much. I'm like a warm in the stool and in this that enjoying this world. So the devotees of Dasaras in a very humble way they pray to God and they are crying. And there's the sattvic vikars, the transformation of the ecstasy, and when they see God they faint. This humility, they are so much humble, the devotees of Dasaras. In such a humble way they pray to God, Prabhu, I'm not qualified. This humility stimulates the heart so much. Humility, Ankit. The humility stimulates the heart.
Stimulate.
Yeah. So, this humility that comes in the heart of Nanda Maharaj in Vrindavan makes himself said, Uddhava, you heard that my son Krishna is Bhagavan. But we never thought that Krishna was Bhagavan. But you're saying that Krishna is Bhagavan. Mother and father will never say that. I want to have this Radha to the feet of my son. But Nanda Maharaj is so humble that he's saying, you're saying that my son is Bhagavan. I want to have my mind always absorbed in his lotus feet of my son. So this humility stimulates the heart in a way, such a way that the person thinks he's a servant. Actually, in Virahadasha, in separation, Nanda Maharaj becomes very humble and this kind of bhav manifests. Like when you boil the milk, so 100 liters of milk you're boiling. The more the milk will become boiled and he'll be revolving. Have you boiled the milk? The more it becomes hot, the milk starts revolving in the pot. If you put some grass inside, that piece of grass will become down, then 1 second go up again, then I go back in the revolving in the pot. So in this way, the prema comes in such a state that the humility comes. And the humility makes samashwarya prakash, means the manifestation of opulence. It seems like they are accepting that Krishna is God. But again, this go away. This disappear after. So in the same way, this humility that comes in the heart of Nanda Maharaj, that he says, Uddhava, you said that Krishna is Bhagavan, right? So I have to have my roti, my mind with so much attachment to his lotus feet of this Bhagavan. So this humility that shows this opulence, this is only for one small moment that comes in separation time, Virahadasha, then again disappears. The devotees of Dasaras at that moment, they become so much blissful seeing form of God that they faint. So seeing these devotees, God, Bhagavan says, how many steps you did to have my darshan? You tolerated the cold and heat. You think only sitting and chanting Harinam will get Bhagavan? In an AC room, sorry. Chanting, you get God. If we compare where did Haridas Thakur used to sit? Jagannath Puri. There's no even shadow where he was sitting. No shadow. Shade. There's no shade, sorry. There's no shade where he was. Completely scorched sun. And he would chant Harinam. Seeing this, heart of Mahaprabhu melted. Bhagavan sees how much vairagya we have. Guru Bhagavan. We cannot do this vairagya, renunciation. Who knows if how many births more we have to attain God or not attain God, who knows? We see the bhajan of the Goswamis, if we see how much renounced they were in the bhajan. And these were all spontaneous, it was not artificial. And it was favorable. If we do some vairagya, to be siaram. What? Machadi?
मच्छरदानी नहीं लगाया मैंने.
I thought if one day we don't put the mosquito net. If you don't, one day you don't put the mosquito net,
All out.
like we put the all out, that in the wall you put like in the electricity, that thing to make the mosquitoes go away, that medicine you put in the with the electricity and they go all out. All the Bengali the people Bengalis, they put the mosquito net always. But we people what? The way people what? Bengali, they put the mosquito net in here.
Mosquito, keep the mosquito net, so it's all out. Here you put all out. That means
No, bro. Pere. What they say then?
if you put mosquito net,
Put the mosquito net, the mosquito will not come.
but you are not putting mosquito.
You don't put mosquito net. So we put this all out, this thing in the electricity, this kind of medicine.
Mosquito out.
so the-
Machine
We put this machine in, and the mosquitoes will go out, of the room. So I'm telling you about renunciation. Seeing the renunciation of these devotees, he becomes so pleased. Seeing the renunciation of Haridas Thakur. He was under the scorches sun chanting holy names. Yeah. So Mahaprabhu put one with the prasadi of the branch that used to brush Thakurji mouth. Mahaprabhu put there on the earth, and this created a very big tree. That from this tree, Haridas Thakur could stay under the shade of the street. Rupa Sanatana what? What is it? Also Rupa Sanatana stayed when he stayed with Mahaprabhu, with Haridas Thakur. Mahaprabhu said, no, this is not nice. So then, to the devotees, they made one like a kutir, means one hut to Haridas Thakur. Then Haridas Thakur started living there, and Rupa Sanatana, when they come, also they stay in this hut, Then Mahaprabhu said, Haridas Thakur, you're very renounced, right? But Rupa Sanatana, they're coming, so please let's make some hut for them. So under this Siddhabakul, under that tree, Mahaprabhu through the devotees made one hut to Haridas Thakur and also for Rupa Sanatana to stay. It was not a palace, it was a small hut. At least some shade and some protection for the sun, Then Rupa Sanatana used to stay there. So seeing the devotee fainting, what Bhagavan does with the devotees of Dasaras, Bhagavan takes his conch, in the conch of hand of Lord Narayana, then God touches the chin of the devotee with the conch when the devotee is fainted. But this conch of God is also transcendental. Then the devotee opens the eyes and sees the beautiful form of God, and again the devotee faints. Seeing this form of God, Again, the devotee faints. This Bhagavan says, devotee says, sorry. Then devotee again faints. Then what Krishna does? God, Shankala Jagate, awake the devotee. So with his senses like the nose, Krishna manifests his smell, Sarobhata. Means the amazing fragrance of Krishna's Lord's body. So when you feel this amazing fragrance of Krishna, of Lord's body, this kasturi, kasturi, I forgot the English word, for the navel from the navel of the deer. Even the hiranyas the deers are running to Krishna because of his good fragrance. The musk, thank you. Musk means the kasturi means the musk in Portuguese, almishka. So the deer, they don't know. From his own navel comes this fragrance, the musk from deer navel. So they feel this from one direction, this deer, and they are crazy, they don't know where it is coming from. So first, what did Krishna manifested? God manifested his Saundarja, his beauty, then Saurabhya. First was Saundarja, and then second thing, Saurabha, means the amazing and good fragrance of his body. Then all the senses of devotee, they faint in this bliss. When you have the ananda, the bliss, you faint. Also, you start crying. When you're unhappy, also you cry. So what's the difference between two? Being in the bliss and being unhappy? If in both stages you will cry. The tears of happiness are cold. And the tears when you are unhappy, they are warm. This is the difference. So much ananda in the hearts of the devotees at this moment that they start crying so much. Oh. How much amazing the smell of fragrance of body limb of Lord. So he faints, the devotee, and then assassin. Then the devotees. Adin. Then Bhagavan tells the devotee, I'm completely binded by you. Like the lotus blossoms, and through the wind, all the fragrance of lotus is spread everywhere. And this is like an invitation to the Brahma, to the bumblebee. They are like invited and they come to relish this smell of the lotus in the same way. With the bhakti of the devotees, this is like a very smelly, good smell, fragrance. Then Bhagavan is like a bumblebee, which becomes attracted to the heart of the devotee because of the bhakti, which is so fragrant, which is in the heart of the devotee. So this bumblebee the smell of kesar means saffron. Okay. So sitil means? Okay, the body of the bumblebee becomes inactive when he takes too much this fragrance, this nectar or something. So after the sunset, the petal of the lotus closes and the bumblebee stays inside because he's like inactive. And the whole night, the bumblebee stays there, relishing the things at the lotus. And next day, when the lotus open, Brahmana can go out. So the Prema Madhurya of the devotee, Swayam Bhagavan is controlled. Like this bumblebee. He can even cut the wood. He can cut the wood. The bumblebee, he can cut the wood, make a hole in the wood. But the same Brahman, same bumblebee, when he's inside the lotus, when he cannot even cut the petal of the lotus and go out. Why? Because he was drinking this sahat. He was tasting this thing of the lotus. So he's like inactive and cannot go out of the lotus. So in the same way, Bhagavan also becomes like this in the hearts of the devotee and then cannot go out. He's binded. So Bhagavan says, I'm completely binded to you. So why you're crying? Why you're crying? Huh? I'm binded to you. Adhin, I'm binded. Yeah. Literal tell. Then there is soul sarja. Soul sarja means again? Soul sarja. The sound of his throat. Lord manifests his beautiful tone of his voice. Rupa Goswami describes this tone of the voice of God. Rupa Goswami, in his book, which book? Explains the tone of the throat of Krishna, the sound of his voice. This is about Krishna, but if you talk to Mahaprabhu, it's even more beautiful, all this. Now we're talking about Krishna, I told. In Faridabad. This is description of Krishna. But if you describe about Mahaprabhu, all these things, the 7 things, they are even like superior, no? The Mahaprabhu is superior. Mahaprabhu has the limits of all these things more than Krishna. If you compare Krishna and Mahaprabhu, Mahaprabhu is the topmost limit of all these things, more than Krishna. You have to read the Ramcharitmanas. That he will leave.